What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Shop Talk Tuesday. So we're going to have a few different things that we're going to talk about today. Of course, we're going to have the topic section that we do, and I'm going to combine the topic with what we have working in the background and what's going to be coming up. And then we'll have the viewer's knife section, and I'm going to expand upon that a little bit today and talk about a few things that I think are pretty cool. Now, when it comes to the topic, today's topic is going to be forging. So I've got a few things that I want to do, a few builds that I want to do, and I don't think that y'all have been able to see much of me actually forging things. You know, you've seen me turn steel into, the actual bar stock and stuff like that, where I flatten and texture steel and do those type of things, but y'all really haven't had much, I guess you could say, footage or video, whatever, content of me actually forging knives. So doing things like this right here. Like, of course, this is a very crude knife, but it was supposed to be because it was made out of a wrench. But this was, this was just an actual wrench that we went through, forged, did bevels on, and did all that stuff. But you haven't got to see much of me doing things like this. And that's just one example. I've got plenty of other knives that I've forged out, especially from tools and things like that. I typically have these like set up, but yeah, today's just us filming. So, of course, where I have forged tools and did knives with those, all kinds of different things like that. I use these as little shop knives, but those are just like a few little tiny examples of the stuff that I've actually forged out and done, but I haven't really shown y'all much of that. I've shown y'all a lot of the big builds where we have, knives like this, where they're complete builds, there are a lot of stock removal, there are a lot of things like that, and most of that is because I'll be in the middle of doing a video series and I'll just go out there and knock something out, and I'm like, damn, I should have filmed that. And I don't really think about that whenever I'm doing it, because I'm just kind of waiting for things to happen, and I'm in between heat treats or whatever, and the forge is going, so I'll just put a piece of steel in it, let it heat up, and I'll start hammering it out, and I'll do that stuff, but y'all don't really get to see much of that. And I want to incorporate more of that into the videos. Now, there's a few things that I'm going to be practicing with. I'm going to be working on Damascus. I'm going to be working on San Mais, mainly because I haven't really had a chance to focus on stuff like that. And the hard part about being a YouTuber is whenever you decide that you want to try and practice at something, that stuff takes up time for builds. So I really have to decide, okay, am I going to just focus on this build, or do I want to do some practicing? So I'm going to kind of get a little bit of feedback from y'all. I want to do more forging, and I've got types of things that I want to work on. It's not going to be completely me forging knives. It's going to be me practicing doing San Mais billets, practicing doing Damascus billets, and then maybe forging some of those into knives. I've got a few knives that I do want to actually forge into knives, to where I do everything forging, and then we do minimal on the actual belt sander. So I would be forging in the bevels, I'd be getting the knife to rough shape, and then we'll finish it on the belt grinder. But I want to get feedback from y'all, because I want to know if y'all are interested in seeing me actually do that process where I'm getting, better hammer techniques, where I'm actually practicing the process of doing those things. And I know that y'all might be interested in it, you might not be, because it's different. I won't be focusing every single video on knife making, because some of it's just going to be me working on steel and got the forge going, doing that stuff. Like the thing that we have that's coming up, where this is going to kind of come together with the upcoming projects and things like that. You know, I've got this extra piece of 80 CRV2 that was from this right here. So it was this piece right there. I've got this piece, and I was thinking, okay, you know, maybe I'll forge this into a knife or something like that. But then I got to thinking, I really want to do a San Mai. And I've got all these railroad spikes. So I took one of my railroad spikes, split it in half. That almost looked like a magic trick. Split it in half, and it actually fits this little section back here. So I'm thinking about doing like welding this together, you know, cutting the extra out of this and grinding everything, making everything ready to be welded, and weld this and then forge weld it together and make a billet out of this with a 80 CRV2 core and then railroad spike outsides. So I'm thinking about doing that, and I'm gonna actually take that knife and forge it out either into a bar stock, or I'm going to just forge it into a knife. I haven't 100% decided on that because I really want to practice it. I haven't done like hardly any forge welding. I've had to do some of the stuff whenever I'm working with the tools and doing that, you know, process, but this would be a little bit more in depth than what I've done in the past. So I just want to know if y'all are interested in that. Do y'all want to see me practice at that stuff? Do y'all want me to turn those into videos? The cool thing is, if I'm practicing, you'll get to see the success and the non-success stuff. So you'll get to learn from that by default while I'm learning. I just want to know if y'all are interested in seeing some of that stuff. Y'all have seen a lot of me doing stock removal, a lot of me making knives the way that I've made knives. And I kind of want to branch out and do a few things that are different, because if I'm learning, I can guarantee you that y'all are learning. And that's the whole point of this, you know? Me actually trying to do these things so that maybe y'all can learn stuff from them while I'm doing them. So that is definitely one of the things that we have coming up. I can't wait to do that, but I'm gonna have to wait to do that because we have to knock out the rest of this build. We need to get the rest of the chopper build done. We've got to finish this knife right here, which all I'm waiting on, I'm gonna put the handle scales on it, finish that up, and get this video out. And then we've got a few more things that we can end up doing, but we're gonna push them off just a little bit because I want to focus on the forging aspect of it. The weather is about to start getting nicer outside for me where I live, so it's starting to cool off, and I want to be out there doing the forging while that's happening. But just wanted to, you know, tell y'all about that. Now, again, I'm going to be doing you can call it welded steel, you can call it Damascus, you can call it whatever you want, but I am going to be doing that, and there isn't much of me imparting knowledge to y'all in this video from the actual forging aspect of it. It's me talking with y'all about what I want to be able to do and see if y'all are interested in me doing that. Most of the people who watch these videos are the people who are diehard people who watch all the videos, so I think that y'all would be the perfect people to ask to see if y'all think I should be doing this. Again, I think y'all will be interested in it, but I'd like to hear from y'all in the comment section. Now, that again is kind of like what we have going on in the background, plus what I wanted to talk about today. So let's go ahead and let's jump into the viewer's knife section. And I'm going to talk a little bit before it, then we're going to show it, and we'll talk a little bit after it, because I think that this is pretty cool. I have met so many of y'all from all over the world. You know, Australia, Europe, now Sao Paulo, and just knowing that so many of y'all who have watched my videos live in such diverse places, it's just absolutely awesome. And I just want to say that I feel blessed and very thankful that y'all are watching what I'm putting out, and I really appreciate y'all. Every single one of y'all, you know, y'all communicate with me often, whether it be on the Facebook page, through email, through Instagram, through the comment section on the YouTube videos. I'm just really appreciative of all of y'all. But like today's viewer's knife submission, he actually submitted it about 11 hours ago. And I am filming this on Monday, so that would have been on Monday. And I thought it was pretty cool. So this guy's name is Diego. He is a lawyer in Sao Paulo, and he has been doing knife making for about a year. So he's doing pretty good. The knives that we're going to show today, there's going to be 2 of them, and we're going to go ahead and cut away just like normal. I'm going to talk about them for a little bit while we're in the cutaway scene, and you're going through the pictures, and then we're going to talk a little bit afterwards. But let's go ahead and check out his knives right now. So we've got 2 knives here by Diego, and I don't know much about the materials, so Diego, if you would, go in the comment section and let us know a little bit about these materials. Well, it looks like we have resin handle scales, a nice lanyard with a nice lanyard bead that matches the handle scales, and a real nice finish on the steel. Absolutely love the profile of this first one, and when it comes to the second one, I really love the profile of this one as well. It looks very, very comfortable, and I like the contrast from the finish on the steel and the resin handle scales on this one as well. And I like that you did no lanyard tube on the back of it. I've done that on a few of my knives, and it actually turns out real nice. Of course, nice lanyard with a matching bead. Really love how this turned out. Both those knives look amazing. Alright guys, make sure and go down in the comment section and tell Diego what you thought about his knives. I'm pretty sure he would love to hear what y'all thought about them. And Diego, again, if you would, go in the comment section and tell us more about your knives, materials that you use, things like that. And one of the things that I want to hit on is, whenever I first set out to do the whole Shop Talk Tuesday thing, I didn't know exactly if it was going to catch traction. I was hoping that it would, and I know that we typically only get between 400 and 600 views on these videos, but those are people who come back every single week and check them out, so I want to thank y'all for doing that. And I didn't know if the viewers knife section was going to take off, and I'm super happy that it has, and that we've been able to show off knives from people who live all over the world, from all kinds of walks of life, who do all kinds of different things. I mean, he's a lawyer in Sao Paulo, Brazil. That is absolutely awesome. He also makes knives, and he submitted those for y'all to check out. So you never know who's going to be a knife maker and what they do for a living. It's just awesome, because it just shows you that when people want to get out there and work with their hands, it doesn't matter what their main job is. You know, they want to be able to create something and make something, and they do it, and I appreciate those things. And one of the things that I want to hit on is, I know that I've had a lot of y'all submit knives, but I don't want y'all to think that once y'all submit a knife or 2 knives in one thing, that that's all you can do, that you can never submit any other knives for the viewers knife section. We've had Dave Sizemore, I think, what, 3 or 4 times, and we've got another one coming up here within the next couple of videos that we're going to show off of his. I love that. Definitely keep submitting your knives. Don't think that just because you submitted one that that's all you can submit. So make sure, go ahead, send me future builds of yours, because I would love to see them, and I know that everybody else would love to see your progress and your growth within knife making. So there you go, guys. That's pretty much the end of this one. If y'all would, give this video a thumbs up, share this video or one of my other videos, and guys, if you haven't yet, let's just that right there. Or we can just do this. Just poke it. See it? Right there. Poke that. Hit that subscribe button so you get notified of the stuff that we have that's coming up. Guys, thank y'all for coming by. Thank y'all for spending your time with me. Y'all have an amazing day. Y'all stay safe out there. I'll catch y'all next time.